Hey there, friends and viewers, dannnbae here, and it has been 2 weeks, I believe, since the last post. I went up to episode 15 pretty consistently and then just dropped the F off. I think the problem was I pretty much just got roped into a different schedule. I've been staying up till 4, like I said, in the morning and waking up at 1, and pretty much just didn't make the time for the gym. Took a 2-week break and have been going sporadically at a different gym, as you can tell, a brighter gym, a more commercialized gym that's less about the filming and more about just being active. And so the locale demographic is a little bit different from what I'm usually into, and I'm like the only one filming, so obviously haven't gotten past the filming jitters, and I don't have that type of just gung-ho, big ball, big dick energy, and so really filming somewhere where it doesn't seem like other people are filming or that I might get judged or something like that is definitely more difficult. And just this gym is a lot more packed in terms of how it's spaced out. There's just a lot of people for how the arena is kind of set up, and so it's kind of hard to set up a tripod, but I'm making excuses at the end of the day. But long story short, I am here and we're trying to go back to it. I think I got a little bit more motivated when I was seeing the subscriber count very, very slowly, like once every 2 weeks or something, jump up by 1. And every subscriber means something to me, even if I don't know who they are. And so this is for you guys and gals, non-binary pals, everyone who's kind of just there, lurking in the background and supporting me from afar. I appreciate that. And so, if it's a follower a week for now, that's actually not bad, It's not great, but that's better than nothing. And so I have been working out probably like 2 to 3 times a week. I just haven't been filming them just because this gym is just so much closer. It takes me like 8 minutes to get here, and I've been having car issues, and so it's just a safer bet all in all and in general. And so anyways, I've kind of been motivating myself to get to the gym by learning new techniques. And so today is a shoulder day, and we're going to be hitting a lot of rear deltoids and back, and less about the push mechanics of a shoulder and more so about the pull mechanics of the rear deltoids and the deltoids in general. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Starting it off, did 20 minutes of cardio, steady state, and now we're going to be doing the pulley system and just doing like archer pulls, I believe they're called, which is funny because I think they're just called rear deltoid single arm pulls back then, and now they're called archer pulls. So anyways, going to be doing that, and let's just see how this workout goes. Okay, so as I'm kind of doing this, I'm recognizing that I actually don't have that much knowledge on the rear deltoid structure, as in I don't know which way the muscle actually runs. I have an idea by the way that it feels, but I also feel like it's kind of 360. We can move this way, and this way, and this way technically. And so I feel like because of that, I need to hit the grips at so many different angles. I need it right here, up here, and down there as well. And so then you can get like a full 360, because your shoulder is a ball joint, so that's already a sphere, and then the muscle that kind of wraps around it, I'm assuming, kind of mimics the shoulder joint in and of itself. And I get that's not how all muscles work, but that's how most muscles work. They're attached to your bone in the same way that your bone is kind of shaped. And so it kind of like wraps it around as a ball, like layered like this. And so I have to hit every fiber like that. So that being said, right now I'm hitting it like in this grip with the forward, as well as a grip like this. And I'm hitting it, like I said, in different angles. And this is like the most that I've done specifically just for rear deltoids as the first thing in my exercise outside of my cardio. And I actually feel like it's doing a pretty good job of having me focus on the mind-muscle connection. And then from there, I can probably hit like an average or a normal weight amount of shoulder press or something like that. It's kind of hurting my neck a little bit, I think, or I've been sleeping wrong. I want to be able to do this without supporting myself on the other arm, but I feel like you can't, because I feel like the range of motion is definitely limited by the length of my arm. I can feel my neck kind of seizing up, like my rhomboids, so either I'm overworking it or, like I said, I slept wrong, but I'm not really sure. But I definitely feel the engagement and the tense. So the problem with these things is the range of motion. I think you have to kind of do this kneeling or sitting down so that you can kind of stretch farther on the uphand. But then also, I also feel like while this targets it, it doesn't really get the blood pumping. Or the rear deltoids are just an area that is, hard to get the blood pumping. So man, my neck hurts. Jeez. I think it's these exercises actually. Come on. Whoa. Delts are like a tertiary muscle group. I'm definitely doing a lot lighter weight than I could technically do with a shoulder press. Here we are, doing a overhand grip. Jeez, come on. Come on. Come on. Jeez. Ha. Oh man, that hurts. Damn, this is like really hitting my like traps and rhomboids area or something, because they're feeling like they're about to tense up and like sprain. Damn, it's hot today. So I'm currently trying to hit different variations of these archer pulls, like I was saying before, because of the 360ness, the essence of the shoulder. And I noticed that you can also obviously come from the bottom up, and I figure there is a muscle that kind of goes from down up, really. So I know a lot of this is like rear deltoid, rear rhomboid, and a lot of back exercises that kind of make up your shoulder. And so I'm hitting it now at a lighter weight because I realized I can't hit the bottom up at a very heavy weight. It's just not possible, at least for me, in a clean form. And so even as I'm holding it in, like, let's say the bottom up, I've noticed like you can kind of tilt your shoulder and elbows and everything to really have a different level or different amount of targeting or where you're targeting it. And so you can almost hit this in an infinite amount of ways, which is crazy. And so you could just technically spam this one machine and this one exercise the whole day. And I think that's what like true bodybuilding is. It's like hitting very hyper-specific body parts in any given day, very, very, very thoroughly. But like, look at this. So I'm doing the bottom up right now, and I can do it from the way bottom, and then pull all the way up, or I can do an archer pull, where I'm kind of just like yanking it like a lawnmower. I feel like this one has more front deltoid activation, and this one is more archer rear deltoid. Because obviously you can hit it overhand like a crossbody rear front deltoid, side deltoid. Interesting. Like, this looks easy, but it actually gets kind of tiring. Okay, so while I realize that I am at a back machine conventionally, I also feel like this could be somewhat akin to an underhand lat pull down and therefore help me work out my rear deltoids on a more up and down, down, up plane. So that being said, I'm gonna do an underhand and see if I can kind of pull down into my lats, but also bring it up so that it stretches the rear delts. And so I have my seat down at the lowest to really stretch. So going slow and steady and really just feeling it. I think this is like the typical amount in targeting that most people do with rear deltoids on a non-specific rear deltoid day, but I don't know. I feel like if I pull to the angle with a flared elbow, it really targets the rear deltoid as opposed to a straight down. I personally don't actually like this machine that much, but between this and free weights for shoulders today, I think I might prefer this. So we're gonna rep it out and just see how it feels with the amount of rear deltoid work that I did today. I literally did like an hour's worth of rear deltoid work, which is crazy. It's okay, like, I don't know, I just don't really feel it. I think in the camera I can see like the shadow that my deltoids are creating, but I just feel like it's still not enough. Like it needs to be like absolutely shredded and cut, which is like a problem that I'm having with my muscles. Like I just have too much water weight or fat and I'm not vascular enough. think we're just going to finish off with these Smith machine shoulder presses and kind of just move on from there and call it a day, because I think I've been here a solid amount of time and kind of got the blood pumping and I feel pretty good. Feeling kind of chubby right here right now at the gut level, but that's just, you know, fat that I need to get rid of slowly but surely, because I think the abs are coming in actually. But anyway, point being is lighting is kind of harsh right here, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I just want to look good in good lighting or bad lighting and all the time lighting. Like, no matter what, when, I'm always looking good. Like, I don't need a tan, I don't need specific lighting and trajectories of lighting. It just looks good all the time. And so to get there, I think I just need to be more cut. Because I think it's one thing to look good in clothes and another thing to look good in a tank top or a cutoff or something like that. So I'm just going to be repping out these 135 Smith machines, which realistically then are probably going to be much, much less than a 135. Oy. Oy. I'm just really focusing on pushing from the shoulder as opposed to pushing from my legs or my lower back or something like that. So I feel a lot of like my chest activating. So I think I need to be a little bit more upright, have it come down as opposed to back. So we'll see. Like at this point, I'm just doing like archer pull variations right now. My neck hurts. Nope, I am tired. Time to go home. All right, so heading home, end of day thoughts. Pretty much spent an hour on rear deltoids alone, so that's either concerning or very dedicated. So I'm not quite sure what you will make of that. But anyways, heading home, 4:24 craziness. And we came in with pretty high energy levels and a pretty motivated mindset, because I think that taking those breaks really makes me ache and yearn to go back to the gym and go back and film. And like I said, I was motivated because the subscribers are coming in, right? My videos are being suggested by other videos, And so that being said, like, it's really just making me realize that this effort that I need to put in will be there and needs to be there for when the luck strikes. And so I'm feeling pretty good, like I said, right now about everything regards to the fitness. I feel like the fat is slowly but surely kind of moving away from like the upper stomach and everywhere else. Like I'm losing the fat that's kind of in my neck area, my chin, and so I'm getting the jawline back. And the cut kind of took a lot longer than I anticipated, and maybe because the cut was kind of sporadic and done very poorly. At first, I was starving myself, and then I got to the point where I was somewhat cheating on certain days and eating a lot. I'm not really calorie counting per se, but I have a general idea of what my calories are. And I do know that for the most part, I'm eating generally much more, much less than I would have typically during like a bulking phase or a maintenance phase. But like I said, I'm kind of hitting that spot. Maybe it's mental, maybe it's actual physical, where I'm looking at myself in the gym mirror and I'm like, damn, this looks actually pretty good. Like this is decent. And so it could be just the gym mirror. Who knows? I don't know what it is about gym lighting and gym locker rooms, or even like post gym pumps, but they make you feel pretty good. They make you feel nice. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, where I'm going to keep that momentum to motivate myself and to build that discipline to go to, the gym, even when I'm not feeling like it. And so today's session was pretty good, in my opinion, just because there was a lot accomplished, very little downtime, and for the most part, just a really good flow, right? Granted, I didn't get like winded or anything like that because I just didn't do that much compound. Today was more of a bodybuilder's workout, I would say, where it was fixations on, micro muscles, tertiary, secondary muscles, and then moving into, the big compound movement, which I didn't really do much of. But I think that and having these BCAs again, I decided to go back into BCAs because I just realized I was like missing something, and I just needed something to kind of elevate my workout and something to look forward to, because I don't really take pre-workout, like I said, anymore. And my pre-workout is super bitter because it is self-made through various components, and there's just no flavoring to it. And so that being said, it's just like super gross to drink. So I'm not looking forward to going to the gym to drink my pre-workout. But now that I have my BCAs, it's like, okay, well, I have something sweet to drink and to look forward to, and to have like as somewhat as like a gauge. So I only drink my pre-workout, the second bottle, after I've drinking the first bottle of my pre-workout water, and then the second just plain water at the gym. And so this is technically the third bottle of water that I drink in any given like gym day. And so I don't know, and I think it does kind of keep me energized and muscles kind of full. And there's so much science behind BCAs, and I know you get your BCAs through food and protein shakes and things like that, so you don't technically need to drink BCAs on their own. But I think it's something that I'm missing, that I've lacked for a while now, and I enjoy having them. And so that's what I'm talking about in terms of sustainability and in terms of making sure that you're doing the right things to keep yourself, disciplined, motivated, determined, whatever you want to call it. But this is my grape flavor. I get it in bulk. I don't go for any of the hype brands because all BCAs are pretty much the same for the most part, outside of like possible micronutrients and like flavored offerings. But for the most part, if you're okay with basic ass flavors like this is grape or like Arctic grape or whatever it is, you can just get away with any basic mixable, readily instantized BCAs, and that's what this is. So I don't know, but like I said, feeling good. Came in with, I would say, like an 85 with energy. Like I just feel like I do better when I sleep late and then sleep in, I guess. I sleep deeper, which is interestingly surprising. And so, I don't know. Curious, really. So I think tomorrow we'll hopefully have one more gym day before the July 4th weekend. And this is episode 16, I do so believe, which would be our shoulder day. Really no big major push, and just a lot of deltoids and rear deltoids and all that good stuff. So that being said, I don't think there's much else to say. I'll catch you guys all later. Thanks for watching. And so, guys, gals, non-binary pals, have a good day. And if not today, then have a greater tomorrow.